Fixing the running form could be very, very complicated. This is actually how I experienced when I started working on my own. And I think it's because I tend to focus so much on very specific things, and that's how I missed, some of these important things as well. So now, after working on this for a little bit now, I realized that there's actually only two things that you have to focus on. It's the cadence, which is the step rate, and then the stride length, which is of course the length of your stride. But here's the thing, guys, not everybody is the same. Yeah, some people have different gaits, so his running form, let's say, could be very efficient for him, but not for you. You need to find the right balance for yourself, the right cadence and the stride length. So now, how do you really improve, the stride length and the cadence? All right. So first, guys, I'm gonna show you guys how I actually work on my stride length to make sure that I have that nice, good length when I run. It's gonna be moving from the hip. So it's like moving that and then catch it with your foot. You just wanna lean forward and then catch your body. So yeah, you can see it right there. A nice good stride length. I'm just doing this. And then we're gonna do next. So once you lunge your foot, kick back. Lunge your foot, kick back. So just focus on that, like from the hip, kick back, kick back. And then the second thing is the cadence. So for the cadence, I just kind of stand in place right here and then move my foot left and right. So this is how I do it. So I start slow and then I start to progress. Once I start to get that nice flow and rhythm, then I start to kind of progress a little bit. So I'm putting a little bit more force on my feet, and then when I start to get that nice rhythm, kind of just stay in place right there. So once I get that good rhythm, I can increase it a little bit more. So also I want to mention that don't forget actually your arm swing. This is very, very important because your arm swing is really what controls pretty much running. Of course, when your legs start moving, your arm's gonna actually also react. So you have to kind of work both your legs and your arms. So that's why don't forget your arms, because if you just focus so much on your legs, it's not gonna feel solid when you run. It's gonna feel kind of awkward. So when your legs moving like this, your arm's gonna move as well. So it's almost like your arms moving in a circular motion. So your arms, like I said, it pretty much controls when you run, because if you're putting more power, if I'm putting more power on each stride, you can see my arm swing is going a little bit bigger. But if I'm just doing a nice good rhythm, which is my feet are kind of light on the ground, it's becoming smaller. The circular motion is becoming smaller, but it's just moving real nice. So now if you put this into action, so what I normally do is from the start, I do a really good push. And I would say maybe give 5 to 10 seconds of that nice good push. And from the start, I would actually feel that my stride length is really moving. And then once I start really hitting that nice flow of my legs, start to get that nice good rhythm, and then that's where I start slowing down a bit. First it's good push, and then once I get the start a nice good rhythm, then I try to settle down right there. I think sometimes what happens is that when we do this kind of thing, especially if you're trying to see your form, I think we tend so much to push it so hard, and then instead of like trying to set a rhythm in the middle, we tend to accelerate. So that's like sprinting. So don't do that. Give a nice good push so that you're gonna start moving naturally. And then, like I said, give or take 5 to 10 seconds. Once you start like feeling that your legs are just moving in a rhythm, try to let your legs like loose a little bit, because now you're focusing on just the cadence. So one thing that I want to mention too, once you start like in that kind of rhythm, just try to make sure that you're giving yourself, like, just give a little lean, just enough that it can give you like that kind of like forward motion. Because once you start like in that steady rhythm, sometimes you would not even feel that you're actually moving forward. It's because like you're kind of like that in that nice good flow. So that's why just give a little lean, but not too much that you feel that you're like kind of like going so hard or so fast. So my suggestion is like this. Try to do this for about like 100 to 200 meters. And yeah, actually before you do this, make sure that you actually do a really good warm-up, because yeah, like you need to make sure that your body is like really loose, especially your legs. So just do like a really good warm-up, like I would say like about 10 minutes of just easy run, and then do some dynamic stretching so that everything is like moving well as well. So like I said, like do 100 to 200 meters just to test this out. Because for me, like for a start, especially if you've never done this before, if you go like too far and then your form start to break, then yeah, you're not getting the benefit of this. So that's why I'm just like suggesting like 100 to 200 meters for start, so that you would really see like this form is like moving well, and you can like really feel what I'm talking about. So I would say like just do like 4 to 6 times, and then when you do this run, just really try to focus on your form. Of course, like yeah, like use your GPS watch so that you will know like how fast you're going, but you do not focus on your watch. Focus on your form, focus on the stride, the rhythm, and just try to think that you need to stay relaxed when you're doing this, and then like you're just focusing on really nice form and flow of your run. And then if you're becoming used to this now, maybe you can stretch it out to 400 meters. Yeah, 400 meters is like really long enough that it's becoming more of a pace, not like just, you know, stride. Yeah, to be honest with you guys, like when I started working on my form, it took me a little bit of time to really get used to this, because yeah, like my old form was just so much different. And I even thought that I said like, this is like kind of hard for me to do it. And I even thought, like I said, like I should just go back to my old form because I was comfortable with that. I don't necessarily have to do this because it's becoming more hard for me to do it. But thinking of it now, I said like, I'm glad that I didn't go back to my old form, because I know that my form was not efficient at all. I was just feeling comfortable because that was pretty much my natural form. But when I started fixing my form and just tried to like give myself more time to get used to this, like it's really worth it. Like now I'm running faster paces with less effort. Like even in my like slow days, like I would still kind of like run faster than it used to be, because like I said, the form is very important. And if you get this right, like you balance your cadence in your stride length, yeah, you're gonna have a really efficient running form. And that's how you can maintain like such a really like fast pace for a very long time. So this is all for today, guys. Thank you again so much for being here today. See you guys in the next vlog.